What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 6 NHL 25 Nashville Predators Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for the last episode. If you leave a thumbs up on this one, I really appreciate it. And while you guys are down there, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss the next episode. Now, looking at the awards, guys, for last season, you can see the Stanley Cup Champions there, the Carolina Hurricanes. We have yet to win the Cup, and I gotta say, it's kind of like Cup or bust this season. Not only is it the best team we've had, but also, as you guys will see here in just a couple minutes, the contract situation gets pretty dicey for the next year. So, first line is absolutely stacked. You got Forsberg at 94, Stenberg 91, Marner 94. They get the +5 chem, so the two wingers are playing like 99s. Stenberg's at 96 with high lead potential. Can't wait to see how they do. Forsberg's had 100 plus points 2 of the last 3 years. Second line, you got Michael Misa, Svechkov down 89, and then Byfield there's a 92. We got Wood on the third line with Ratu and Lynn. Fourth line there's Davidson, Stenberg, and Joshua. So I feel like top to bottom, we got the depth, we got the star power, pretty much everything you want in terms of the forward group. Defensively, 39-year-old Roman Josi, still a 93, absolutely insane. He's paired up with a 93 Clark, they get a +5. Anderson's a 92 on the second pairing with the Agostini. He's 86 at 22, still has elite potential, so he can still keep getting better. And then the bottom pair even, Cole Hudson's 85, Yakimchuk's 86. Like, that's an incredible bottom D pair. Goaltending-wise, you got Saros starting, Ravensbergen, I should say not starting, as the tandem, the two 92, so hopefully they're splitting games. I think because they're both 92s, they should, like, actually naturally split. I shouldn't have to do, like, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off again. Look at power play 1 here, guys. You can see absolutely insane. Not as good as Canada's power play 1. Not sure if you guys saw that. They're gonna have McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby, Reinhart, and McCarr. Absolutely unreal, but still, you know, pretty solid power play there. Power play 2 even, I think, you know, looks good. You got Josi Hudson on the back end. Chemistry wise as well, we're looking really good. +5 for both foremans. PK1 gets a +4, and again, Svechkov, Forsberg, so good defensively. Second even, I think, looks really solid. The third one there, Byfield, Davidson. So overall, like I said, I really like this team. I think we're absolutely stacked for this season. AHL team also looks pretty solid. You got Gute there, 81. Reshevsky's 82. All 80s there on the second line. Should mention, if you guys missed last episode, this green dude's got 93 passing. A couple of good shooters on either side. So hopefully they can produce some offense. Bomb 6 is solid there. Defensively, I mean, we got an 81 Mertka. He's definitely getting called up next year because we're going to lose somebody. And then goaltending-wise here, we got Prust, who's a 79, Linglet, 78, and they're both elite potential. So they're just going to keep getting better and better. So like I was saying, guys, the team needs to win the Stanley Cup this year. And actually, speaking of championships, I want to give a shout out to my LG team, the Northeastern Huskies. We actually took home the NCAA championship in LG. If you guys don't know, it's like an online ESHL league. I told them if we want to give them a shout out in a video. So right there's the shout out. You guys can see the roster. Had some guys carry this team. Nuas, Orb, Paz, bunch of others too, but a good group of guys, and yeah, took home the championship. So I'm hoping now this Nashville Predators team can do what we did in ESHL. As you guys can see here, in terms of the ratings for this season, we've got 94 offense, 93 defense, and 99 goaltending. I mentioned last episode, first time I've ever had 99 goaltending in just like a regular franchise series. So, you know, hopefully those goalies can carry us. I'm excited to see what happens with this team, so let's get started. Like I was saying, guys, we really need to win this year, as next year the contract situation's terrible. First things first, Forsberg needs a new deal, obviously. Gonna extend him. $10.5 million for 2 years. We actually only have 2 years left in the series, so that's perfect. I think he'd probably say yes to like 9.5, and I'll throw in a 50% no trade clause. I don't really see us trading him anyways, but just in case he somehow absolutely fell off. And that's only $1 million raise. Thing is, there's just so many good players that are gonna get raises. So Brent Clark's another guy we cannot lose, especially since Josi's gonna retire soon. He wants 12.7. Now we could try him. It says very convincing. Organization interest is already at the max. I'll give him the 7 years. See if he'd take a bit less money. Say 1.5. That'd be 11.2. Interest is still pretty good. I'm going to try a 16-team no trade list. So again, we can still trade him to half the league. He said the offer is looking pretty good. I was actually going to guarantee him power play time as well, but I accidentally went too far. So we'll see if he says yes to that. And now Roman Josi here, guys. I think it makes sense to wait because there is a good chance he retires. Also, he wants 13 mil. I can't give him that much of a raise, especially he's going to be turning 40. I don't know. We might be losing the captain. Stenberg's our 1C. He wants 12.7. Even on a 2-year, it does not get any cheaper. Now, he's too young to actually even give clauses to yet, so we're just going to kind of lowball. I tried 10.5, see what he says. And honestly, already, like, that's about all the money we have. Because, yeah, we got 28.8 extension dollars, and we just made, like, close to $30 million worth of extension offers. So, D'Agostini, Ratu will probably have to wait. Let's see. Actually, he only wants 3.4. So for an 87 overall, that's actually super good. If he would take like 3.25, I think he will, because the bar was pretty far. Now, Hudson as well needs a new contract. Unfortunately, it won't let me extend right now. It's just like letting me trade him. Kalen Lind here too. $3 million bucks. Probably have to play hardball. I think definitely as well. If you look at goaltenders, Ravensbergen, what does he want? $7 million bucks. Probably gonna have to choose between him and Saros. I'd probably keep Saros just because we've had him the whole time. I think that'd just like be more fun. But we can definitely get a huge return back for Ravensburgen. And yeah, like I said, guys, we're just gonna be in a very, very tough spot in terms of the cap come next season. Also, I just noticed we did go 7-0, and Saros got every start. Oh, you know what it is? It's because I have auto-rotate goalie off. That's my bad, because they're actually both 92s now, so we gotta put that back on. But like I was saying, guys, I think I'll definitely keep Saros between the two. 9.51 save percent, 129 goals against. Like, he was popping off. And there you go, guys. Brent Clark did say yes. Okay, I didn't even have to promise some power play time. Forsberg said yes, and Ratu as well. Stenberg rejected. Don't have enough cap space. Oh my goodness. That's what I mean. I thought we could have at least got the 3 big guys, and then probably had a few million there to get Ratu. So let's see. In terms of a Stenberg extension, we've got 7.8 million. And he wants 14. Oh my goodness. I mean, on a 2-year, it's 12.7. It's going to be tough to make that happen. So, yeah, like I said, we are going to be in a very, very tough spot. I think we'll have to trade Anderson and might have to trade Yakimchuk as well, and then hope we can get Hudson and Agostini to sign like much cheaper deals. All right, guys, so nothing in December here. Our record's really good. 25-8-1. Puts us first place in the Central Division with 51 points, and second place in the NHL. Only the Rangers above us there by 1. AHL team's doing good, but not as good as they did before. They're 17-10-1, third in the division, so should be a playoff team, but not crushing it or anything. And so another deadline here, guys. Record of 44-15-4, absolutely crushing it. 92 points. I think, yeah, now has us first place in the entire league. AHL team 30-16-5. They're still third place in the AHL. So we'll get to the trade deadline. We actually have a little bit of cap room this year. It's next year. It all goes away. So might as well just really go hard. Like I said, this is our best year probably of the entire series to win the Stanley Cup. So take a look and see. Leading scorer right now, Philip Forsberg's got 84 points already in what, like 62 games played. That is unreal. And then in terms of goalie wins, you got Ravensburgen actually leading the way with 27. I'll have to check both their stats, see how they're doing. Yossi as well, I should point out, 70 points as a D-man is incredible, especially at 39 years old. And then AHL-wise, you got Reshevsky there with almost 50 points. And so obviously, guys, for this trade deadline, we are a buyer. Again, $4.5 million in cap space. We can bring in like a $9 million player. Maybe 2, we try and be proactive. We know we're going to be losing a guy this summer. Askarov there, former goalie of ours, #1 player on the block. That is interesting to see the Sharks trying to get rid of him. Like, who do they have now instead? Uyghur, Serchev, Buchnevich, Trevor Zegras, Morgan Frost, Blomqvist, another goalie, Coronado, Monahan, Michelli. Okay, so I'm not going to trade for him. I actually am just curious to see, like, the Sharks, do they have a better goalie, or do they just not want to pay Askarov, or what's going on? Of course, they do have this Pentikainen guy, franchise potential. I think he went above McKenna, right, in the 2026 draft? Yeah, he did. The made-up dude. And behind Askarov, they got nobody. They got a medium starter. That's it. I feel like our team is the one with all the medium league goalies. None of these other teams have a chance. So, Ravensburgen, oh, wow, he's actually 92 now. Saros is a 90. I did not realize he dropped by 2, so I'm going to have to go back to manually switching them. Ravensburgen here, let's see, 37 games played, 27 wins. Saros has 29 games played, so it's actually close, probably because they started out even rating. And he's got 17. 911 save percentage. Ravensburgen 902. So yeah, we actually want Saros to play. Maybe I'll start Saros honestly the rest of the regular season just to see what happens. All right, guys. So I was looking around the league and I decided to come up with this massive trade: Quinton Byfield, Carter Yakimchuk for Jesper Bratt, Luke Hughes. Byfield's a 92, but he's not really producing like a 92. I know he's on the second line, but he's been paid $11.5 million. Yakimchuk as well doesn't produce a ton. Offensive defenseman, but he's more defensive. Jesper Bratt here making only 7.8. Really good contract, I think, for a great playmaker. And then Luke Hughes, of course, we know about him. 89 overall. Could, replace Yossi on the top pair if Yossi's priced out, especially at that price there, just under $8 million bucks. So we're actually saving $1.5 million, $2 million. The value's on our side. We'll see what they say. They like Byfield and Yakimchuk. Wow. Okay, so blockbuster. Byfield, Yakimchuk gone. Bratt and Hughes are in. I knew Byfield, 92 overall, had a ton of value, especially since the potential is now franchised, even though he's done growing. You guys can see just how high it is. So, I don't know, maybe could have got something even more there for Quinton Byfield. But, I mean, Anderson we still have. He's got about the same amount of value. And like I said, we pretty much have to trade him this summer. So, I'll be able to make another, big splash and switch this team up some more. And now next year, guys, we're trying to make another big trade. I know it probably doesn't make a ton of sense. We're literally first in the NHL, but I'm basically trying to not only make trades to give ourselves an even better chance to Stanley Cup this year, but also to set us up for next year. I'm offering up Kalen Lynn here and Cole Hudson. Both are going to need new deals. Obviously, they're entry level right now, but next year that's not going to be the case. Lynn's currently third line. Hudson's on the bottom D pair. I think we could call up Murka, and then Alexis Joseph here is kind of unreal. Power forward, 89 overall. Would do a good job, I think, to replace Quinton Byfield. Strom's just there for the roster spot. I think the Ducks will say no to this, but we're going to try it. Yeah, trade is rejected. The value just isn't there whatsoever. I'm going to try throwing a pick on, and if they still say no, there's another player I'm eyeing. Honestly, we'll try our first round pick this year's draft because it should be a late first. They're still saying no. Okay, so I'm going to take the first off, and instead of getting Alexis Joseph, I was actually looking at Diorio here as well. He's the same rating as Kalen Lim, but obviously elite potential, 21 years old. He's a sniper, I think. Playing third line, second power play. Could do really good with us. Great shot there. And again, he's young, on an entry-level deal. So, less value. Would they do Diorio here for Lynn and Hudson? Trade's rejected. Before I offer up a first, we'll try a second rounder first for him. They said it doesn't match the block whatsoever, so we'll try that first round pick. And they still said quite far off, even though the value is like way on our side. I mean, maybe they know that they have to extend those guys. I guess we could try adding one of our elite goalies. The other two are under contract, so we'll try Michelli here, the worst of them, 64 overall. Bit off in value. Okay, so this is a huge trade. And like I said, Hudson, is better than Merca, but we've been a lot of money to bring him back next year. And especially with Luke Hughes on the team now and Clark, you kind of like don't really need him on that bottom pair. Hopefully this is the right move. We'll do a 7th rounder, 2031. And they're saying yes. And yeah, we have to call up Merca. Again, he's 81. I think getting some ice time, he'll grow even more. Could end up being same rating as Hudson, but has more of a defensive and physical game. So, I mean, the team's definitely shooken up. And like I said, just, trying to give ourselves a better chance to win it this year. I think Bratt should be able to put up as many points as Byfield, but we bring in Luke Hughes. Like, that cannot be understated. Huge addition on the defense. So, again, excited to see how this team's going to perform. And so the trade deadline's not complete, guys. Definitely an active one for us, like I was saying. Took some risks there. Hopefully, they work out for us. Again, I think when you just look at it, Byfield, Yakimchuk, Lynn and Hudson out, and then Bratt, Hughes, and Diorio in. Call up Merca. I think that makes our team better both now and in the future. You can see between our two trades, something small happened. Bolshnikov there to the Devils. Chaz Lucius there to the Canadians. Ty Voigt to the Hurricanes. Let's see. Tomasino to the Bruins. Bordelot to the Sabres. Riker Kessler to the Golden Knights. Brendan Brisson to the Rangers. You got Bouillon there to the Senators. Michelli to the Devils. Let's see. I feel like we probably made the biggest and second biggest trades. Bjarnson there to the Blues, Neighbors to the Flyers, and Monahan actually returns to Montreal. So now for the trade deadline, guys, here's an updated look at the team. Of course, keep the first line the same. Forsberg, Stenberg, Marner, they've been crushing it. Second line's now Bratt, Svechkov, and Misa. So, like I said, Bratt, honestly, even though he's 2 overall below Quinton Byfield, he's actually performing a lot better. He's got 60 points on the year, so he's averaging about a point per game. Doing better than he was last season. Hopefully, he can keep that up with us. Matthew Wood, Ratu, and Diorio is the new third line. Fourth line there is the same. I actually like the fourth line quite a bit. Defensively, top pairs together. Anderson, Hughes now the second pair, and then D'Agostini's on the bottom pair there with Merca. So, I mean, the top 4 got better, and obviously that's like the guys with the most ice time, so we should be fine. Like, that top 4 D is insane. Even D'Agostini there should be able to cover for Merca, who has good D awareness. I thought shot block, stick check were better. Also thought his physical was better based on the fact he's 6'6", but that's definitely something we work on in the summer. And then goaltending-wise, again, Saros, I'm going to have be the starter here the last month and a half, see how he does. Ravensburgen backing him up. Saros' numbers have been better. Ravensburgen probably does get traded this summer, so I think that just makes the most sense. Also, too quickly, guys, in terms of the power play, the PP1's the same. Bratt, though, is going to be on the second power play. And I've actually got all 3 guys to be acquired on the second 4-man power play. So we've got Diorio there, Bratt, and Luke Hughes, all playing with Michael Misa. So again, hopefully those guys play good for us. In terms of the PK, I'm actually going top heavy now. Svechkov and Ratu on the top unit, getting a +5. Hopefully they can be out there for most of the PK behind them. Stenberg here and Forsberg. I didn't realize Stenberg's actually got really good physical at 5 stars. Defensively as well, not too bad. The third one there could be better with Davidson and Joshua, but still not terrible. So, like I said, I think these trades make us better. Much more cost-controlled team. In terms of the AHL, the forward group I think is pretty much the exact same now. Defensively, they lose Merca, but still, like, looking pretty good. They're all in the high 70s. So, we'll see how these teams do now after the deadline. I feel like we could honestly win the championship in both leagues. And so the regular season just ended, guys. As you can see, our matchup with the Dallas Stars here in the first round. I accidentally simmed a day ahead, so let's take a look at the standing stats, all that good stuff. Starting off here, you can see Philip Forsberg, 105 points. You kidding me? So 3 of the last 4 years had 100 points. Awesome. 55 goals and 50 assists. What a year for him. Marner there at 96. Yossi 95 as a 39-year-old defenseman. I'm not sure when his birthday is, but this guy's about to turn 40, and he's got almost 100 points. That's crazy. Stenberg there also 92 points. So that top line's awesome. Clark 78. Bratt 71. I think he slowed down quite a bit with us. Take a look. Yeah, 11 points, 19 games, -7. Might have to switch up that second line. Michael Misa there at 60. Luke Hughes, 51. That's still solid. Svechkov, 44. You know what? I'll probably put Svechkov down the third line to have like the shutdown line. And then Diorio here, I'll actually give a chance on the second line. 2 really good playmakers feeding him the puck. in Misa and Brat. Hopefully can put up some goals for us. And then look at the goaltending stats here. So Saros ended up with 48 games played, 907 save percentage. Ravensburgen only had an 899. So yeah, we gotta stay with Saros here in the playoffs. AHL wise, Prust there 912 with 8 shutouts. Will probably be called up for the backup next year. And then Linglet still at 914, so will be a very good AHL starting goalie. Rashevsky here, 62 points. Strongest 56, same with Green. So the top line was definitely our best line, but Ratu there 48, same with Fedotov, not bad. And I'll look at the entire league here, guys. You had Austin Matthews leading the way, 137 points, 84 goals. He had over a goal a game. Svechnikov there had 90 assists. So what a signing by the Hurricanes. Obviously, they're coming off a Stanley Cup win. Forsberg, though, is 4th in points, 105. I mean, 3 guys there just way above them. Aho, Natchez, Draisaitl, James Hagen's there, 101 with the Flyers. Marner also on the first page. And again, 84 goals. Yeah, no one's even close. The next best is Pasternak, 57. Matthews kind of looking like Makar in terms of being a cheat code. Yossi, 95 points, plus 43. Is he going to win the Norris, maybe the Stanley Cup, and then retire? What a season that'd be for him, especially since he hasn't won the Cup yet in his career. He actually outscored Makar by 13 and had a much better plus-minus. Clark's was even better, too, plus 51. Nasty D pair. I guess if Yossi doesn't retire, we'll have to do everything we can to bring him back. Just, to be realistic and try. But again, like a 40-year-old would not be asking for $13 million. Save percentage, I guess the best here for a starter, Stuart Skinner, 919. And then goals against here for a starter is going to be Skinner as well with a 251. And then finally looking at rookie skaters here, you had Karjahalti leading the way, 60 points there. Maddox Schultz behind him. And now next year, guys, take a look at the standings. So as you can see there, we finished first place Central Division, 118 points. And we were second place in the entire NHL, only behind the Hurricanes. So we did win the Western Conference, obviously still very impressive. You had 7 teams there with 100-plus points. And looks to be top 15 plus Ottawa got in. Last place in the NHL this year again was the San Jose Sharks, 64 points. Jeez, that's tough for them. They had less than 200 goals for as well. Hurricanes are first in goals for. We were second, only 2 back, and they had Matthews with 84 goals, so not too bad. Goals against, the Oilers were the best, and we were third best. Okay, so yeah, that's actually a really, really solid season. Like I said, before we get started here, guys, with the matchup against the Preds, I want to make a quick change to the team. So like I was saying, guys, what we're going to do here is move Svechkov down to the third line. We'll switch him out with Diorio. He's got better faceoffs than Ratu, so he'll go back to the middle. And again, Diorio there's got a 5-star shot. Misa, 99 passing. Brat's got 92 passing. Just feed him the puck. Hopefully that works out, especially since, that line was not doing too great. And then again, third line there, Ratu, Svechkov, Wood, should be real solid. And now next, you guys, I'll show what the Stars lines are looking like. When I was actually at the trade deadline, I was thinking about maybe trading Byfield for Johnston, trying to get Stankoven with them. The thing is, Johnston's actually making almost the same as Byfield, so wouldn't have been a ton of savings. As you can see, 1 year left at 7, then it went up to like 10.5 or something. You can see second line there, Schmaltz, who of course on our team shortly, Rupe Hintz, Yzerman, McMichael, Line there, Bjork, Stewart, Hemming, Duclair. It's a solid forward group for sure. Defensively, they still have Heiskanen leading the way as a top pair. Harley's still there. The bottom D pair is kind of meh. And then goaltending, they still have Ottinger. So yeah, a very good team for sure. I mean, the fact we won the West and we get them as a wildcard team is kind of crazy. But on paper, I think we're the better team. In the standings, we're the better team. So, hopefully we can finally kind of get out of the first round. We've had terrible luck so far. But here we go, guys. First 2 games are going to be at home in Nashville. And unfortunately, we lose game 1 there, 4-1. Game 2, though, is a 4-2 win. So we're all tied up here. Head to Texas. And game 3 is a 7-5 win. So we have a 2-1 series lead now. Unfortunately, though, we lose game 4, so it's all tied up. Can we get the lead back at home for game 5? And we do. All right, so all we have to do now is win one of the next 2 games, which is definitely easier said than done. Game 6 in Dallas. They force game 7. All right, so not where we want to be, but still, 1 game away from the second round. Here we go. Come on. And we're 1-1 here. Forsberg and Johnston. Shots are pretty equal. 2-2 now. Line and Yossi. Resume simulation. Come on. This could be Yossi's final season. Stenberg there. It gives us the lead. We're obviously shortly into the third period here. A lot of time left. Power play for the Stars. Need to kill that. We got that +5 unit out there doing their job. Halfway through the period now. Still shots pretty equal. Still the 1-goal lead. 5 minutes left. Power play. Let's go. Yossi, I just mentioned the captain, gets the power play goal. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and there you go. We beat the Stars 4-2 in Game 7. On to the second round. And now next year, guys, in the second round, we got the Chicago Blackhawks. So, of course, we're up against Connor Bedard, who's now at 96 overall. He's got 10 points so far in 7 playoff games. So, going to be tough. He's got Nazar there on his right wing, Khrushchev on his left. Josh Norris there playing second-line center. Bottom 6 is okay. They actually have Mark Stone, of course, play with us for a bit. Defensively, Levshinov's their number 1. I mean, our defense is way better. Forward group's better. goalie's massively better. So we'll see what happens. Again, on paper we're better, but Dallas took us to 7. I actually do think Dallas is the better team, but doesn't really mean much in the playoffs. So first 2 games, guys, of course, are at home. We'll have home ice advantage unless we play Carolina in the Stanley Cup final. Then we got an 8-2 win in game 1, 2-1 OT loss game 2. Headed to Windy City now for game 3, 7-0 win. Game 4, though, they get us again. So hopefully here can get the lead in game 5. And we lose again. Are you kidding me? So backs against the wall. Have to win the next 2 straight. I mean, if we make game 7, we'll send period by period. Come on. Game 6, 3-0 win. Let's go. Can we do it again in 7? Like, our team's so much better. Come on. Find a way. Here we go. First period, they actually, wow, almost tripled our shots, basically did. Second period, still 0-0. Okay. We need a hero. Someone here has to help out Saros. Power play is deadly. They get a power play. And, you're kidding me. You just knew it was coming. Connor Bedard there. We get another one, though. And they kill it off. Wow, so they killed off 2 there. And then they get an even strength goal. Tispakov, of course, was on the Islanders. 5 minutes to go. 2-0. We're actually doubling their shots. 44-24. Lodwinski there, empty netter. Wow. Lose to the Blackhawks in round 2. Literally the best team we've had yet. That is insane. And now looking at the AHL team here, guys, they're actually in the conference finals. They swept the Texas Stars round 1. They swept the Chicago Wolves round 2. And they're up 2-0 on Coachella. So they haven't lost a game yet in the playoffs. That's crazy to see. As soon as I say that, they get an OT loss. But let's see what happens here. They got to win 1 of the next 3. And they do win it in 6. So they've actually got the Cleveland Monsters now in the Calder Cup final. Hopefully they can take home some hardware this year and make up for the NHL team. They're actually up 2-0 on Cleveland. It's now 3-0. Okay. Can they get the sweep here? 1-0 early. Reshevsky. 3-1. Gute and Stiga. Nelson for them. Do we need to watch the Calder Cup final? I feel like probably not. Also, too, I just noticed Brock Nelson got that Cleveland's goal there. And there we go, guys. Hold on. 3-1 lead. And the AHL team finally takes home the Calder Cup. They've obviously been very, very good this entire way. So, even though we're a second round exit, at least, taking home some hardware this year. And look at that, guys. The Hurricanes actually repeat as Stanley Cup champions. I think, obviously, the main reason for that would be the signing of Austin Matthews. And the large results are in. St. Louis jumps from 5-1. Toronto 4-2. I mean, they lose Matthews. They lose Marner. I could see them, not being too good anymore. Unfortunately for the Sharks, they get last and pick 3rd. And so next year, guys, we'll take a look at the playoff tree. You got the Hurricanes there beating the Blue Jackets in 6. Rangers in 6. Bruins in 5. And then the Blackhawks in 5. Okay, so we lost the eventual, Western Conference champions. Not too bad. Does make you feel a little bit better. In terms of scoring, Yossi had over a point per game. The dude's 40 now. 92 overall. Yeah, wow. It's going to be an interesting contract negotiation with him. Forsberg's over a point per game, 11 goals. Was definitely doing his best. Marner was straight on. Clark just behind. Misa looking pretty good. So, I mean, Stenberg, 8, probably would have liked a little bit better. Also, the top line being negative on the playoffs is not ideal. In terms of goaltending, Saros had 917, 264. Ravensburgen stats, technically better, but he only faced 15 shots opposed to 424. So, I'm not sure how much weight that holds. And in terms of the awards here, guys, of course, Carolina wins the Stanley Cup and the Presidents, so clean sweep for them. Matthews, Art Ross, and the Hearts. He's actually won both of those back-to-back years. But Yossi did get the James Norris. How cool is that? Matthews also got Lady Bing. Laine there. This is the other Laine Calder. Pretty cool. Matthews and Conn Smythe as well back-to-back years. Just domination. Skinner, Vezina back-to-back, and William Jennings there. Fiddler there, but Masterton Trophy. Shout out Bacon. You got Jack Adams going to the Canucks coach. Hagen Selke. Interesting. He's more of a playmaker. Matthews, Ted Lindsay, and then Maurice Richard. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Matthews just absolutely dominating the NHL after joining the Hurricanes. Kind of interesting to see. And in terms of the AHL, we finally win our Calder Cup. Individually here, Brock Nelson also had most points. MVP there. Wow. So beat a good player in the playoffs. Payarvi there, best rookie. Hines, best defenseman. Stolarz, best goalie. Fedotov, MVP of the playoffs. Okay. Looking to see if we got any other awards. We did not. So, I mean, I don't care. Calder Cup, obviously, most important AHL award, just like the Stanley Cup, most important in the NHL. And now, before we get to the draft here, guys, I'm curious to see whether or not Roman Yossi's price has come down. His rating has dropped a little bit, plus he's 40 years old, and he wants $14 million. Is anybody going to give him $14 million? That's wild. I know he just won the Norris Trophy. I mean, he still could retire. We haven't even seen that yet. Stenberg as well wants 15, and we have 11. So, wow. Yeah, we're in such a tough spot. Ravensburgen's gone. We're also probably going to lose D'Agostini here unless he's really cheap. $7 million. He's gone. Anderson, I think, is gone. We're going to have to make some massive trades for some guys on rookie deals to even, have a chance to sign both Yossi and Stenberg. Now, Yossi could retire with the Norris Trophy. I don't see him, though. Sid finally calls it a career at 42. He was 79 overall rated, still is with LA. Cooch there plays entire career with the Lightning. Scheifele entire career with the Jets. You got O'Reilly, Kadri, Nelson there. I mean, down the AHL makes sense. Hurler, Raquel. Roman Josi definitely would have more than like 500 points. So yeah, he's coming back. He's the captain. I know, like, in franchise mode, it doesn't really make sense to bring him back, but I think, you know, being the captain, I'd like to win a cup with him. We still have a couple years left to try. I'm going to do whatever I can to get him under contract. And off the draft here, guys, I'm curious to see anyone crazy available. Only 4 elites at the top. I wonder if that means somebody's slipping. I don't really, unless it's Edler there. Gonna go, what, number 12? Take a look at the gems. Guaranteed medium elite goalie from Czech Republic. Gonna be like a 6th round pick. Love it. Just basically par for the course at this point. Now, in terms of guaranteed potential, he's the only one that's elite, but you got some guys that could be, I mean, a Russian goalie there, like late 3rd. Probably not even worth it. We can get a guaranteed one so much later. German here, low league defenseman. He's going to be like a 7th round pick. Love that. Also got a guaranteed low top 6, 112. Kim Karlsson. It's like a 4th rounder, not too bad. Let's see, P. Bergeron, Philippe Bergeron, not a center. Okay, I mean, he's a 2-way forward, though. Could be the next Patrice Bergeron. I'll give him a pin. And this Polish defenseman here, actually, and the Canadian, both could be medium top 4. And they're going to go pretty late. So right here, you guys trying to check out the Maple Leafs to get Tapper. He's a elite potential defenseman. 83 overall, just played his rookie season. So we'll have an entry-level deal for 2 more years. He's actually from Hungary, offering up D'Agostini, who's better, but needs to get paid. Leafs have cap space, so I wonder if they would just do this 1-for-1. Trades rejected. I feel like it's got to be pretty close. Definitely not going to give up one of our future elite potential defensemen. Kennan's there is definitely a guy maybe we can move. I'm not sure, but Kuhlman's here I could add to the trade just because they want him. Same with Mazzatti and Vitaloma there as well, I guess. So we'll see now if the Leafs say yes. Still rejecting, even though they want all those things. Throw in a 2nd next year. Again, we are losing, you know, value, but it's to make sure we can have, you know, a guy that potentially could grow during the summer, be close to D'Agostini's rating for a lot cheaper. There we go. Okay, so huge trade there, and we're not done. We still have to trade Ravensburgen. Really sucks. His potential dropped from high elite to medium, so you can see the value there dropped, even though he's still a 90 overall goalie at 23, which is crazy, but I'm going to trade him and Anderson, try and get some cheap pieces back. And the only elite player available, guys, is this John Oliver dude. Kind of funny, obviously, if you guys watched ever the HBO show there. Similar style Hedman, even though he's 5'11", very interesting. Now, next year, guys, trying to trade the Tampa Bay Lightning to get McCamey. 2 years left at $1 million, which is really like 1 year left at $1 million. He's 90 overall already at 21 years old. 9th overall pick, 2027. 5-star defense. They're absolutely insane 2-way player. Honestly, the puck skills of the shot aren't that great, but he's just really good defensively, physical and everything, and still produced pretty well there. 60-something points, 82 games. So he's the exact kind of player we're looking for. +2 as like looking through all the team. And Tampa Bay was the only team from the East that was actually interested in Ravensburgen. Obviously, don't want to have him in the West and, you know, playing against us. Gonna try and trade Ravensburgen with Kennan's lead potential winger. Again, only 76 to 23 for McCamey. They like both values on our side. Trades rejected. Now they said it's not sufficient at all. Could throw on like Finger as well, a medium elite goalie there. They're still saying no. Maybe instead of the goalie we try Picard, 21-62 medium elite. Again, they're just like not going to be, you know, good enough, fast enough for us. We need players that are, you know, NHL ready, and this guy's already a star. And they say yes. Okay, so I mean, they got elite goalie, forward, and defenseman there for one player. And McCamey, we're going to have to deal with his contract in the last season. I'm really hoping, you know, Yossi's only going to play 1 more. And that was kind of interesting, guys. I'm looking through all the teams for some players to trade for. Demidov's actually got up to low franchise potential, which I think kind of hurt his trade value. He was 85 overall at 24, only making 4.1. I was looking at his stats, too. His defense and physical are both a 1-star, which you don't usually see it stay that bad. And then I was looking at the Canucks here, guys. You can see Zachary LaRue is actually up to a 90 overall, and they're only paying him 3.9 for the next 2 years. Crazy. He was actually not really doing much till this season. Like, never hit 50 points. And this year he had 67. I'm not sure how he got up to a 90. And I was looking at Boston here, guys. I saw David Pastrnak was kind of attainable. Unfortunately, he won't go to our team. They do have Ludwig, though, elite potential defenseman. He's only 83 at 20, but again, entry-level deal for the next 3 years, which is huge for our team because we're going to have no cap. I think Jesper Bat's the odd guy out. 90 overall right winger, but you got Diorio coming up. He's more of a scorer, whereas Misa's already the playmaker on that line. We got McCamey now as the 2C. Brat for Ludwig, the value's on our side. I changed the second all the way down to a 5th, still said no. We'll try 1-for-1. And that trade's rejected. Wow, they said see the value just a touch. I feel like I'm getting absolutely fleeced here. And so you know what, guys? Instead, I'm going to try trading Brat to the Maple Leafs here for their 1st round pick next year. Hopefully that ends up being 1st overall. Like this year, they drafted 3rd overall. Graf's just there for the roster spot. See what they say. Trades accepted. Okay, so Obviously, it's a big risk, especially since just for Bratt being on their team makes their team better. They also just got D'Agostini from us, and they just drafted this Winchester guy who's pretty good. So we gotta hope, the Leafs still suck. And then next year, guys, gonna try offering up a 6th round pick with our 3rd and move up a bit in the draft just to get the one guy I have pinned. Lightning say yes. I should mention too, a big reason why I traded Bratt was that actually allows us to keep Rasmus Andersson. So our top 4D is going to be Clark, Anderson, Yossi, and Hughes still, which I think is huge. And now with this pick, guys, it's the first pick in the 3rd round. We're taking Lundmark here, guaranteed medium top 6. And he's 62 overall, so not too bad. Will he be anything for us? Probably not, but it's a good value player for sure in the early 3rd. And I just moved our next pick here, guys. Pick 4 in the 4th round. So take a look and see. Our next pin is probably Carlson, guaranteed low top 6 forward. I mean, probably makes more sense to try and go for a medium top 4 defenseman just because a low top 6 forward really doesn't have that much value. We definitely got to make sure we get the check goalie as well. So take Lawrence Yashin here, hope for the best. And he's medium top 6. All right, so we knew the risk, but that's okay. We're actually picking again here at 110. And so we could still take Carlson here, or we could take another chance and go Brophy. That's who I'm thinking. Maybe one of the two is a medium top 4. He is medium top 4. All right, there we go. 57 overall, but still not bad at all. And we're on the 5th round here, guys, picking 142. You got Bergeron down there. Could be a low top 6. And I think we have enough picks left. We can take him. So let's see. Philippe Bergeron, 60 overall. Enforcer, low top 9. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting that at all from that pick, but honestly kind of funny. And we actually have another pick here, guys, in the 5th round. So probably going to take one of the other 2 pins kind of early. I guess we'll go with Babik just because he is, the guaranteed elite goalie there. Make sure to have those to be able to trade. And I think we should still have one more pick left, 188. I'm hoping we can get the German guy. And unfortunately, he just got drafted. Okay, so I messed up. I guess Kerslake here from London could also be low elite. He's a low top 9. All right, so what are you going to do? Overall, I think that was a good draft for us. Again, we had some tough decisions to make there with the guys who were trading away. I'm hoping the players I kept were the right choices. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, guys, but last episode I asked you whether or not we should fire Andrew Brunette. I saw some people saying fire him. Some people saying give him one last chance. We gave him that one last chance, and we were 2nd round exit, which is a bit better than 1st round, but honestly, I think it's time for him to go. I think we need a new head coach in here. I'll bring back the assistant as well, I think. If he's got A+ PK, which he does, we can bring him back, but yeah, definitely need a new NHL head coach. So we're at the re-sign phase, guys, and even after trading away all those guys, Bratt literally for a draft pick, we still only have 17.6 million cap space, which Yossi wants almost all of. Stenberg, luckily, we can qualify for next to nothing, so should really get him, worst case, like really cheap on a 1 year. He's going to hate us, but might be the only thing we can do, because Yossi, pending UFA, need him under contract. Wants a 1 year, okay, so that's better than the 2. Full no move, like, come on, he's got to take a little bit less than 13.4. Thing is, even at 12 million, like, can we get Stenberg down to 5? I guess we can try, see what Yossi says. Now, Rashevsky here, we could bring back AHL All-Star. Yeah, he wants league min, so that's awesome. And then Merca here is going to be a bomb pairing defenseman, wants 1.2. Try to get that to like 1.1. He should say yes. Also, Gute here, league min. In case we need a guy to call up, he'd fit that perfectly. And now, like I was saying, guys, regards to the defense, I was hoping to keep Anderson, but I guess we might have to trade him for, some young elite potential guy. Maybe like the guy the Leafs just drafted. As I'm not sure if we're actually able to get, Stenberg onto the team otherwise. In terms of goaltending, like I mentioned, we're going back to Saros. Prust there's the backup. Linglet will be the AHL starter. Finger there, backing him up. Wow, Yossi rejected our offer, says there's nothing specifically wrong with it, just feel I need a test free agency. Are you kidding me? Trying to be loyal to the guy, and he's treating us like that. Merca as well wants a bit more money, do like just an extra 50k, which should make him say yes. And so honestly, guys, we might lose Roman Yossi here. Like, he just won the Norris, but he's the same range as Anderson, 7 years older, and he wants to be paid like double, where Anderson's cost control for the next 2 years. I don't know, this is crazy. I'm gonna try negotiating with him, guys. We'll do charm even though it's 50-50 and it fails. Classic. He said, I'm not convinced this organization is the right fit for me. That is crazy. You know what? We can always just let him go to free agency. If a team pays him that, they pay him that. I don't think someone will, though. And there we go, guys. Merca said yes. So we got 18 million to get both Yossi and Stenberg signed. Maybe this will be like Tampa Bay back in, what was it, 2016 when Stenberg went to free agency. We still signed with them like day one. And so here we go, guys. At free agency, Jack Hughes available. Could reunite him with Luke. We could sign Jack Hughes or Matthew Tkachuk for that matter. Or Charlie McAvoy's 32. Or we could go and get 40-year-old Roman Yossi. Yeah, I just don't see anyone getting Yossi. There is one team interested, apparently. I mean, we're just going to have to wait, I guess. Like, he really put us in a tough spot. Goaltending here, we don't need anybody, but Skarov, Jacob Fowler, Sebastian Kosa, Herbal there are the best. In terms of two-way goalies, we'll see if there's any elites available. A couple medium starters, but that's it. Defensively here, A lot of low top 4s. Engstrom there, high top 6. 78 at 26. We are probably losing some guys to graduation, so we'll sign him for a league min deal. And then in terms of forwards here, we could get a couple of low elites for free. Osborne, Turco. Also, Kantsarov, 25 years old, 81 overall, medium top 6 sniper. He's got a 5-star shot. He'd be awesome in the AHL. Try and get him for the last 2 years. I'll definitely overpay him a bit, but there we go. Yeah, it says yes. And Fisker Molgard here, really good playmaker. 25.79, another guy I think could help us out. League min 2 years, says yes. And then, like I said, we'll sign the 2 low. Also, 2 guys in regards to a new head coach. We want an A+ guy for sure. Chris Knobloch, Bruce Cassidy, Paul Maurice, Andrew Brunette. So we'll see here who's got the best team fit. I think that just makes most sense here. They're all A+. I skipped over Craig Berube. He's got a 49. Cassidy, 50. Maurice, 56. Brunette's got the best. I mean, Paul Maurice there obviously just won. So if they're the exact same, I guess we just go to salary, even though it doesn't matter. Paul Maurice is, significantly cheaper. We'll try offering him a little bit extra there, like $7 million, and hopefully he'll sign with us. Now the Flames are offering us Mackenzie Weegar, so we do miss out on Roman Josi. He's making 6.5. That is definitely like a consolation option. Paul Maurice rejected the offer. Quality of the roster doesn't match the challenge I'm willing to take on. I feel like we're still a Stanley Cup winning team. Oh my gosh. LA Kings offered Stenberg $19.9 million for the next 7 years. 4 first-round picks. I didn't think anyone was going to do that. I thought we could get him cheaper. Wow. We can't take the 4 first. We got 2 years left. We have to pay him $20 million. Remind me in 6 days. And we also have to trade away somebody now because we've got like $18 million. But it won't let me match, even though we actually technically could. Like we're right there in terms of the money. So I guess we have to trade Matthew Wood here, guys. So I didn't really want to trade, but should be enough to get Stenberg signed. If it's not, the game just hates us because we're $1 million shy. He's making 2.9. That should give us at least $2 million there in cap space. Brock Cripps here on Buffalo, 20 years old, 84 overall, making $1 million for the next couple of years. Offensive defenseman. I mean, he could be honestly decent for us. Let's see if we can take him in here. 1-for-1 for Matthew Wood. They said no, but the value is pretty close. Try throwing like a 4th-round pick on, and there we go. Okay, so that gives us, over $20 million in cap space. We can now match Stenberg's deal, which I can't believe we got so screwed there. And I'm not even touching free agency, guys, just in case it somehow messes with the cap in the summer, because like you never really know. Sometimes there's weird things in this game. I want to be safe. We should be able to match. Oh, there we go, Paul Maurice. So we have a legit head coach. That's good to see. And maybe he said it'd be a tough team without Stenberg. Ekblad could come to our team. Obviously, I have to say no to that right now, but maybe could go after him if we somehow have the money. And so, yeah, we have to match the offer here. Stenberg, $20 million. Again, if there was like year 1, we could have gotten the 4 first, but right now we got a match. That's just crazy. And yeah, happy to sign. I'm checking here, guys. I know Matthews before the biggest. Yeah, 19.5. And Stenberg just signed for 19.9. Like, that is absolutely unreal. And we got a whole 900K here in salary cap. Now, I see Roman Josi's price has gone down to 11.8. So, literally less than we offered him. I guess we still would have been screwed with Stenberg, though. So, it is what it is. Our defense, definitely, going to be lacking this year. Alexander Carrier, though, 81 overall for 875K. That's a steal. Defensive defenseman, 88 D awareness, 91 shot block. Just playing like bottom pair probably. That's really solid. Honestly, I would do a 2-year. And we're going to throw in a no movement clause. Because honestly, we could just bury him. That makes sure like hopefully he'll say yes immediately. And there we go. So Carrier coming back to the Preds for the rest of this. And we just got another offer sheet here, guys. Igor Murashev. He's like an AHL guy. Nothing crazy. But 1.1 million. We literally cannot even match, which is kind of sad. And our next year, guys, we're having our first conversation with Paul Maurice about the upcoming season. Curious to see where he thinks we're at, because originally he didn't want to sign with us. Didn't think our team was good enough. And now he thinks we're good enough to compete for a cup. I mean, maybe because Stenberg wasn't signed. That was a big part of it. I think that's, probably where it's at. Now, for the preseason, guys, honestly, I'm thinking we're just going to do, like, the team bonding, because we do have a new head coach. We want to make sure all that stuff is high. And in case you guys are wondering, guys, Roman Josi left us for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and he signed for $16.3 million. So he did get his payday. More than double Rasmus Anderson. He's the same rating. That is crazy. I don't know what Kyle Dubas is doing there. So we just literally couldn't fit that in. I was trying everything I could. You guys saw. So here's what the team's looking like for next year. I still think we're good. Obviously, we're not nearly as good as we were last season, though, especially after the deadline. So keeping together that top line, Forsberg, Stenberg, and Marner. Unfortunately, Forsberg actually dropped to a 92. Probably just because he's 36. Like, he had a 100-point season, but Once they pass 35, they do start to drop. After that, you got Misa on the second line playing with McCamey and Diorio. I actually think this should be really good. Like, you got a sniper, two-way forward, playmaker. Once the season starts, I'll talk to them all too, try to get the scheme fit higher and increase the chemistry even more. Ratu, Svechkov, and Stenberg's our new third line. So Stenberg's moving up. His brother just got paid $20 million, and hopefully shares it with them, as he's making less than $1 million a year. And then fourth line, there's Joshua, Gute, and Davidson. So Gute here's a sniper. He's got 82D awareness. Maybe could try and like turn him into a two-way forward or something for us. Playing fourth line center. Main reason why I'm having him playing here is because he's like the only guy in our team that's 80 overall with top 6 potential that's still growing. So I'm hoping, getting some NHL time will help him, get up there in rating. Defensively, we got Luke Hughes and Brant Clark on the top pair. Anderson Tappers on the second, and then Cripps and Carriers on the bottom. I definitely might switch this up a bit, depending on how the scheme fits work out. But for now, this is what we're going with. It should be okay. Goaltending wise, of course, Saro's still starting. He's down to an 86. He's 35 now. Last year, he had a, 908. That's not even bad. He's down to 86. Maybe we kept the wrong guy. I tried to be loyal somewhere. Pruss backing him up, 83 elite potential. AHL wise, you got Finger there, 80 elite potential. Linglet, 78 elite. So we still got, tons of goalies coming. In terms of the forward group, Kansarov's got a great shot. Green's the playmaker. Reshevsky, of course, great shot. Second line there, mostly 80s. Even got Fedotov, who's an 80 on the third line. So this team definitely could repeat. Ronaldo, there's a 68 on the fourth line center spot, but he's a grinder. So actually kind of fun to see how he does. Defensively, too, Buckinger, Murka, both 80 plus. So Murka actually ended up not making the team, which was really surprising. But still, good to have that defensive depth in case we do have to lose more guys here. 2 contracts or whatever. But I'm thinking for sure, like, come trade deadline, we're eyeing, like, a third-line winger to be an improvement on Stenberg. But for now, should be good enough to at least get us to the playoffs. Now, in terms of the ratings, guys, for this season, definitely, like I said, won't be as good as last year. We've got 92 offense, 92 defense, and 87 goaltending. So maybe having 2 stacked of a team is a curse. We're going to find out. Hopefully next year, lucky number 7, we can finally win that Stanley Cup. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.